that's what it is for me, is that I just want to just live the best life. I just want to live the best life possible. And it's just, that's the basic thing. It's just like, how do I live the best life that I can, you know? And that's what makes me urgent. Hey everyone, it's Ryan with Legendary, and I'm super excited for this one, guys. I don't know why, but I'm super excited for it. Just because I think it's fun, you know? So, okay, so here is why I'm so urgent. And I feel like, it's just funny. I feel like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. But I just feel really urgent, and to me it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense to me. But I think about all these things that I'm like, okay, it's a weird mindset, but it's like I was born into the world, and it's probably been, I'm thinking this way for like 10 years, something like that. But I was kind of like, okay, I was born. I don't know how to, I've kind of thought about before how to explain this, but not too deeply. But it's like I was born, therefore I need to go as hard as possible. Like, for living life. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make sense necessarily, like argumentatively, like I was born, therefore, you know? But it's just like, my parents brought me into this world, and I live in this world. So it's like, okay, let me do the best things in the world possible, you know? And that's just like what I think. That's just like how I think. And the reason why I'm so urgent is because I have that kind of way of thinking. And because of that, I'm like, I'll watch YouTube videos of, you know, random things, cool things, whatever. You know when you watch the YouTube videos of like mysteries in the world and things going on in weird parts of the world that you can go to, you know, and these weird stories of, like, for example, like different creatures that people have reported seeing in the world and things like that. You know, stuff, or aliens, or things like that. And paranormal stuff, let's say. Or something like, the super fun YouTube videos. Like, whoa, I didn't even think about being able to do that in life, you know? That's so awesome, that's so cool. You know, I think about Mr. Beast a lot and stuff he's done. It's like, oh, yes, like that's like crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff, you know, that's like you'd only dream about. And that's so awesome. And I have goals around that area, you know, that's like, let's get like a team together. Let's form like this team, you know, that's like our group, and like maybe I'm the leader, or I hire like a leader, and it's this expedition guy, and there's like 4 other guys and whatever. Or maybe I'm not even going, maybe it's a crazy trip or something. Or, you know, let's say I'm going, but we kind of like get on the outskirts of where this danger is, or this dangerous creature or whatever. And we go and we get this fortified base set up, and we like build it out there. And we're all set up, we're protected, whatever. But then, you know, we send out like drones to go see what's going on in this area, to see what these creatures are, whatever. And then, you know, we're there at that fortress, whatever, in this part of the world that's super scary and dangerous, whatever. And we send out this fleet of drones to survey the area, things like that, and constant surveillance. And then, you know, the next day, like, we look at our findings and all that. And then we kind of have, like, there's this expedition guy that's super good at what he does. And, like, he's there on the team, and I'm able to learn from him and learn survival tricks and things like that. And we go explore this certain area, and we're, like, real adventurers, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a super dangerous part, so we can do it all together. and we're actively trying to figure out what this creature is and how it relates to reality and God and creation and things like that, and we're working on that. And then let's say, okay, like I get that team set up and I tell them what I want them to try to figure out about the world and things like that. And then I leave and I go home and whatever. If it's something crazy like that, or let's say, okay, Mr. Beast like built the Willy Wonka factory. Dude, I wanna like build a castle. You know what I'm saying? I wanna do crazy things. And the other thing is, I want to do these crazy things, but sometimes I don't know specifically what I want to do in the future. But I'm so urgent because if I just get there, if I just get to the point where I can do things like that, then I'll figure out some of the things. You know, I'll figure out, oh shoot, you know what I've always wanted to do that would be totally insane? Well, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I might not have this list of like super specific, but I have enough to be able to say, oh my gosh, I have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or if I want to get a group of people together who have a similar vision and we build like a whole village or whatever, or we build a whole community, whatever, or we build, you know, a whole bunch of homes where homeless people can come and they can, you know, get help for their situation. Or if I'm thinking about the city I'm in, the city I'm living in, whatever, and I'm like, oh, there's these different issues in the city. Let's figure out how to solve it. And let's go beyond, like, let's just do it ourselves. Let's just solve it for people. You know what I'm saying? Let's just cut through the red tape, you know, and let's solve it for people. Let's find real solutions. If I want to do that, if I want to go out and share the gospel full time, if I want to do what I've mentioned where I just run around and be happy, you know, which I kind of feel like is like just like my base level who I am. And I just want to make that sustainable. You know what I'm saying? If I just want to have this freedom to do this thing, if I want to, you know, you know, they talk about like billionaires. They get to that point, you're a billionaire, and then everyone goes to space. You know, but I'm thinking the same way. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to be a billionaire, whatever. I'm just saying that, like, I want to go see what is going on up there. You know what I'm saying? I have some weird ideas, some different beliefs and whatever, and I want to know what is reality. And I want to go see it. I want to go do it. I want to be there. And ideally, I want to be there and doing those things while I'm young. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm so urgent. It just makes me so urgent to get there. And I just, if I want to be, I love music. I love this cosplay stuff. I love taking it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do insane things, if I want to build this castle and we have these monthly dances where people can come and get all dressed up in their cosplay stuff and whatever, and you know, you can do that, and we have these amazing events. If it's a castle and then it's like where we share the gospel too, where it's like the kingdom, you know, the kingdom of heaven, something like that, and it's something just insane. If I want to be doing the craziest concerts, just in my cosplay, just screaming vocals on point, whatever. If I want to do that, you know, I want to get there. If I want to, you know, just all these different things. If you want to build this thing, if you want to set this up, if you want to solve issues for people, if you want to help people on a huge scale, if you want to, you know, lead something against darkness, if you want to figure out reality and all these different things. Oh man, so I'm just being honest, like when I speed walk everywhere. I don't know how to, I mean, like I really don't just like I just like speed walk everywhere, and I practically, like I've ran before through, sometimes I'll run like in the grocery store to my vehicle or I'll run from my vehicle into the grocery store and then I'll speed walk as fast as possible around everywhere. And I just know if I put in tons of effort if I just put in tons of effort, if I just be urgent, even if I don't know exactly what it is, the specifics of what I want to do, I'll get there sooner, and then I'll be there and I'll have the time to say, oh, you know what? I want to do this thing. Oh, shoot, I can. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to be insane. If I have fun things with my sisters, with my brother, with my parents. What if they've got these interests and whatever? Of course, everyone has these interests. What if I was able to build something, or surprise them with something, or build build a set of something that they love, or just do the most insane things ever. You know what I'm saying? I want to get there. I really, really, really want to get there. I want to make it to that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so urgent about things. I'm aware of how short life is. I'm just so aware of it. You know what I'm saying? And if I want to be able to do these things while I'm still able to run around and jump on things and whatever and just be young, you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta be urgent for it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so if you're similar with these crazy ideas and these crazy dreams, whatever, then, you just got to think about, what you want to do. And it's just being honest with yourself and saying, okay, if I continue my current habits, my current trajectory, all that, in 50 years, will I be happy that I was doing that? Honestly, I've had periods where I get kind of lost in something, and I say, oh, dude, this is so much fun. This is really fun, but my head, my logic, my heart, it's yeah, but it's not making it towards that insanity, towards those insane things. It's not helping you towards those insane things. And I go, sometimes I think it was more so in the past, but I would be like, oh, yeah, but I love this thing. I love doing this thing, whatever. But, you just have to come to a point where those things, crazy things, outweigh. It outweighs what you're doing. And you're like, okay, I have to keep moving forward. I have to get towards that thing. Because there was a certain way that I always dreamt of living when I was 10 years ago, something like that. I was like, I want to do the most insane things ever. And I didn't necessarily have this list of specifics, but I was like, just the craziest things. You know what I'm saying? And then Mr. Beast started to get really big. And I saw him, and I was like, dude, this guy gets it. You know what I'm saying? I never had someone that I was like, that is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But he's so freaking awesome because, just doing these dreams, just living out these crazy dreams, And so, I want to get there too, That's what I've always thought. That's what I've always dreamed of. And there's so much power now for him to have positively affect the world, to positively to solve these things that people are dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm so urgent. That's why I'm so dude, we have to do this. You know what I'm saying? I can't get distracted by these things that want to take up all your time. Maybe it's watching movies or just whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It just starts to outweigh all those other things, because life, I think that it's hard to see it until someone like pioneers it. You know what I'm saying? Actually does it. But it's kind of crazy, like with Mr. Beast, you know, how like there's an example now of that. And it's like life, you just have to be, I think you just have to be a pioneer, you know? You just have to think the biggest. You just have to just think way up here. And just, people might tell you things or whatever, not that I'm getting this a lot in my life, but people might tell you whatever, oh, that's crazy, you can't do that, whatever. Again, not that I've received a lot of that, but it just might be something where you've never seen something like what you want to do or whatever. You've never seen someone do the kind of thing you want to do. But you have to pioneer it. And you have to, because everyone's like, no one could live a life like Mr. Beast. You know, before him, no one would ever think you could do that. And then he's doing it, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he did it now. But you have to be what he was. He had this thing, you know? He was like, oh, let's just do it. I don't care. I don't care if people tell me I can't do it. I don't care if I'm working hardcore on this and whatever, and people are, you know, maybe confused about what you're trying to do or whatever. But he pioneered it, and he did it. And he had this idea, and he did it, you know? And sometimes you just have to pioneer these things and be the first one to ever do it. And then you do it, and people say, oh, you can't do that, you know? But a little bit ago, you were crazy. Sometimes you just gotta pioneer it even when you've never seen it before, you know? And so that's what it is for me, is that I just want to just live the best life. I just want to live the best life possible. And it's just, that's the basic thing. It's just like, how do I live the best life that I can, you know? And that's what makes me urgent. So I don't really know what other people are like with that. You might be really urgent. You might not. I don't know. But, you know, if you want to get some of that urgency, you know, you might not want it, which is fine, you know. Like, I think there might be positives and negatives, whatever. But if you want some of that, you know, I think it's just a matter of just having that idea and being like, holy dang, like that is insane. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? And if you want it bad enough, then it's just urgency, 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 urgency. You know? And I want to just do that. I want the best. I want the best things. I want to live the best life, you know? So that's what makes me run to the grocery store and run back outside, even if it looks funny, whatever. Or if certain things that I do or something look funny or something like that. Or whatever. It's just that urgency, you know? And yeah, guys. So that's why I'm so urgent. It's just a matter of, I think it's just a matter of like, somehow just like retaining that childlikeness. When I was younger, I was just like, let me just like keep this. Let me just like, you know, when I was like 15, something like that, watching Braveheart, watching Lord of the Rings, and I was like, oh, I want to be William Wallace, you know? I just want to be that in real life. I want to be Aragorn. I want to be like him. I want to be Aragorn in real life. Let me just work towards that. You know what I'm saying? I have one life. Who cares? Let me just go after it. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream. That's what I want, you know? So let me just do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys. And, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just about, you know, just that, thinking about your life. Thinking about what you want to happen, you know? And it's not to say we have complete control over our lives. It's just to say, you know, we contribute a lot. to what happens in our lives. So yeah, guys, that's why I'm so urgent. Hey everyone, if you were looking to receive life coaching, I am offering life coaching one-on-one sessions through Zoom. And life coaching is not necessarily telling you what to do, but it's more so asking the right questions, going deeper on your situation, and just being someone to listen to you and help you reach your goals. So with Legendary Life Coaching, it is weekly sessions on Zoom, and we would be going in depth on kind of your situation and all that. And it's also the weekly accountability for if you're wanting to hit these different goals and improve in different areas. And then you'll also get access to your virtual whiteboard, which basically will allow us to keep track of all your different thoughts about things and your progression towards, hitting different goals and making progress in all kinds of different areas. I personally love it. You can even put images in there and all kinds of things to just really get a good idea of what's going on in your life and what you want to achieve, where you want to get to, and the things that you want to make improvements on. So it's to have someone to talk to, someone that will just, listen to you, listen to everything that's going on in your situation, and also help you to reach those different goals. So if you're interested, I've got the link in the description.